Thank you for clicking on the help video. In this example, I'm going to help you solve and evaluate the inverse of a function, specifically for this example, at negative 20, given f of x, not given the inverse, given the original function. To do this, what you need to understand is that because we're looking at the inverse to this function f, is that we're switching again the x and the y values. So the x becomes the y, and the y become the x. So if in order to evaluate this and figure out what the output value would be when I input the number negative 20 into the inverse, well, that's the equivalency of trying to figure out where is my original function f of x going to equal to that value of negative 20. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to solve this equation and find where is this going to equal to that number. So we end up just having an equation that we need to solve for x. So using inverse operations, I would subtract 1 from both sides, divide by 7, and I see that the solution to this equation would be 3. So that is the value to the following. That's the value of this. So the output value to the inverse at negative 20 equals to negative 3, because when I plug in 3 into the function of x, when I plug in negative 3 into the function of x, I'm going to equal to the value of negative 20, which means that for f, the x value and the y value is negative 3, negative 20, which means that for the inverse, the x and y value would be flipped. So you see that right here, the inverse of f, the output value of the inverse of f, when you plug in negative 20, the inverse of negative 20 gives you an output value of negative 3. So that again is just simply the solution to this equation.